So then, time to announce some major signings. And by major signings, I mean signings. Good to see you. Welcome back. Run the intro. Never say that anymore. Go on, hit it. Welcome back to AFC Thames with me, DoctorBenjyFM. It's a Sunday episode. It's a Sunday upload. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Of course, Streamer Showdown tonight, 7 o'clock. I'm playing Work the Space in the knockouts. It's very, very tense. Twitch in the description. You know all this. But you're not here for that right now anyway. You're here to find out who we've recruited by the 25th of July, and it's fair to say we've been very, very busy. Today is very much a what are we doing so far in the transfer window after, that's hilarious, 6 seasons in the Valorant National. As I've said before, no one's ever done that. No one's ever done a 7th, so breaking new ground. And I've been looking at the season preview. They've got us hotly tipped for 23rd, so it's a surprise. Do you know what? I'm used to it now. If anything, I like to be there. If someone's below me, I'm a bit annoyed, which is weird. So before we go through all the transfer ins, we first have to focus on the transfer outs. And yeah, it's an interesting set of players that you'll definitely recognise. So these are then the players that were released. Of course, last season we let go of a few familiar faces. This season we're letting go of a lot of familiar faces. I'm moving out players basically that I think I've relied upon too long and aren't necessarily fit for purpose anymore. Sam Allardyce Jr., of course, Dino Leddy, Sean Morgan, Scott Miller, Matty Burns has left us as well, Daniel Oyegoki, who was a pretty good right back. You'll see why we've let him go in a minute. Ross Marshall's left us as well as a few youth players that you're not too familiar with. And do you know what? Some of them, like Daniel Leddy I brought him in and thought, you're going to be great at this level. And now at 31, he's just like, I don't know. It's just, honestly, I'm bored of some of them, if I'm being honest. As I'm bored of the division, I'm bored of some of them. Sean Morgan, always someone I thought would be a little bit better than he was. It never seemed to work out for him. Again, I played him here and there, but I just thought he'd be better, and he just wasn't. So, I mean, that's the story of a lot of these players' careers, if you're being honest. Daniel Oyegoki, I thought was one of the better ones, actually. I thought he did okay. Average ratings were a little better than some of the others, considering where we were getting positioned every single season. It's not too bad. He's one we might miss. We've put in a right back. Let's start with him. Before we carry on, actually, it's worth noting that Paul Gore has left us at left back. A little bit disappointing. Again, I quite liked him last season. I thought he was doing a pretty good job. So it's a shame that he's gone. Reading offered and I couldn't stop it, which is annoying. Kerr Brown has gone to Leyton Orient as well, one of our hot prospects. So, see you later again. Just wanted to leave. I couldn't. Powerless, viewers. Powerless. You can see a whole list of names, a few familiar faces. But let's start then by going back in time just a little bit. Gavin Arnold, the free transfer, has been brought in. And this then is our new right back. I think the first phrase to use straight away is well-rounded. Decent tackling, great technique, good decision-making, physically good, stamina fantastic, 6'1", which means he might be slightly better aerially, the jumping which suggests he might be. But yeah, for a very solid right back, and I think that was key. He can also play wing back as well, arguably maybe a little bit better. Like, his crossing, not great, but dribbling's pretty good, first touch is pretty good, so in forward areas might be quite good. It's been part of attacks, you never know. But to bring in a player like this, I think is a very good addition for us. £230 a week. Of course, they up the wage budgets, as you saw at the end of last episode, to £7,000 a week. So we're balling right now, viewers, let me tell you. But Gavin Arnold, first one in, one of the better ones as well, so enjoy this while you can. As we go down the line then, again, there's a couple of names here that you'll be familiar with. The first of which is Peter Berting, who I thought was pretty good last year. Great dribbling, great finishing, great first touch, on loan from Gillingham, got some nice pace. Again, his mental's pretty good. He's naturally, it seems like he's a winger, but not for me. Definitely a striker. Yeah, if you ever lose cabbage, I always feel like Peter Berting is one of the better options to put in there. Last year, 10 goals, 8 assists, pretty good. What we brought him in for, right? We played him as that deep lying forward a lot, so welcome back, Peter. Good to see you. And you can't have Peter without a Paul. Well, in our case, Anthony Mcbride returns again on loan from Leyton Orient, and 19 years of age now, developed reasonably well as last year, actually. Again, good current ability, so we like him. £300 a week again last season. 6.66 doesn't look all that good, but I think performance-wise, actually, he was quite good. And I will say, I think defenders, centre-back defensive average ratings are lower than they maybe should be across the board this year. But either way, Anthony Mcbride, welcome back. And now you can see a whole host of new players, some that we've loaned in, some that we've got on free transfers from some pretty good clubs as well, actually. So let's start with John Noakes then, shall we? Right-sided player in a system which will not involve a right side. This is a weird signing for me. I made it quite early in the window, and I thought, I'm going to play some version of 442. It's going to be good. People are going to love it. And then I realised the other players that I was able to sign, and realised that, we're not going to... That's 400 quid down the drain. So 2-year contract. We'll move on. Yo, excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room. Is that him? It is. It's Chris Brown, everybody. Welcome, Chris Brown. You're already excited, aren't you? Now, I'm going to completely ignore the star ratings. I don't even care about the star ratings. What I care about are the attributes laid out in front of me. And for my team, I can't believe it's not like a 4.5 star player. You think like Ocon and the average rating, or the star rating, Ocon had. This guy is just as good, if not slightly better, in my opinion. Really, really well-rounded. And yeah, I think we're going to get some fine performances out of him. I'm excited to see how he gets on. Started at Mansfield. It was in the Vanarama South last year where he was pretty underwhelming. But again, I've been turned on, viewers, if you excuse me, by his attributes. I think we've got ourselves a decent player, a balanced personality. I think he's going to be good. I really do. I really do. Confidence. Richard Holden up next, another central midfielder. Again, quite nicely well-rounded attributes. I was going for a lot of quality, I perceive quality central midfielders this year. The 15 composure stood out as something I was like, yeah, you work rate, composure. I like the sound of it. I'm not too worried about his agility or his acceleration or his pace, just that when he's on the ball, he's hopefully going to be doing the business for me with it. 12 passing, no slouch at all either. So happy, decent leadership too. So Richard Holden, welcome. Dickie Holden, I might call him. Everyone called Richard gets called Dickie in my... I can't help it. Next up, Lewis Andrews. Speaking of centre-backs, you saw, probably we let quite a few go. Sam Allardyce left, I know. Leddy left, so we had to bring some more in. Lewis Andrews is one of those. 250 quid a week for a pretty well-rounded centre-back for my money. Released by Watford. Shout out to them. Appreciate this player very, very much. Yeah, again, I think you can see just by looking at him, really good jumping reach, decent heading. Some of those mentals again is really, really good. Bravery, I'm a big fan of. Aggression, wish that was slightly higher, but generally, again, pretty happy with what we've got here. Temperamental personality, you'll fit in, mate. You'll fit in. And staying with centre-backs then, Tony Sweeney, again, a really solid, good, probably backup option when you think about who we've already got here. But yeah, I mean, Mcbride is going to be decent for us this year. Of course, the fellow we've just seen. And now Tony Sweeney as well, another centre-back option. We could play 3 if I get... Well, no, we can play 3. Let's calm down. All right, what are you thinking? So far, not that bad, is it? So far, so good. We've brought in some solid players that I think are much more improved on last year's recruits. So I'm happy so far. And then we saw some more attacking players. We'll start with Harrison Dillon, who I think is going to be an interesting squad player. I don't think he's going to be much more than that. He can play in that attacking midfield role, a position that we are absolutely using this season. And yeah, I mean, 325 quid a week is quite steep, but I think he's got, again, some nice attributes, some good flair, vision, probably a little bit more creative than some of the other players, even more so than Chris Brown, right, who we just saw. So welcome, Harrison Dillon. Good to see you. Good to see you. Like I'm shaking his hand, like he said up at a wedding that you've not seen him for 5 years. Do you know what? We're going attacking. We're going back. Jack Mckenzie, left back. Again, I'm ignoring completely the star ratings here. I just think he's an incredibly well-rounded left back who will be a much improved left back on what we've had before. Before we've had someone really good physically or quite good technically or quite good mentally. This guy, again, complete balanced personality, sums it up really. A very balanced player. Joins us from Airdronians in the Championship in Scotland. Yeah, didn't play for much of them last year. Previously at Aberdeen, so pedigree. Viewers has played in Scottish League One, Scottish Championship. I think it'd be good. I think it's fine. Obviously, I don't know it'll be good. I say I think it'll be good. I'm hoping it'll be good, viewers. I mean, I'm more interested to see what you think. So again, from these transfers, let me know who you're excited about, who you think was a poor signing. I don't want to name any names, right? That's not fair to bring people's names into this. John Noakes, it was early in the window. I made mistakes. Another central midfielder, this time a bit more of a ball winner, so you can kind of see where we're going with this. A lot of central midfielders that can play different roles. Have a formation in your mind, see if you get it right. Fantastic teamwork, bravery, brilliant balance as well. Tackling, of course, the key attribute. Very good work rates as well. Dribbling, so once he's got it, he's good with it. Decent aggression too. A ball winner, we like that. Christian Batch, on loan from Luton, 200 quid a week, an absolute bargain. And sticking with the loans, we've got 2 boys to round things off then from Reading. The first one, Scott Broome, he'll be sweeping people off their feet, viewers. Now, he's not got the composure, but the pace, the pure pace. I'm not too worried about his low determination. I'm going to ignore it for now. Knocks ball past opponents, love that. The 18-year-old Welshman joins then. He could play right wing, it's not where I want him. Up front, alongside Cabbage, I think so. Off the ball looks pretty good as well. Good first touch, decent dribbling. And again, it's the agility, the pace, the raw ability of Scott Broome could prove to be very, very helpful going forward. In the Vanarama South last year, didn't get it done. But I think the system that we're going to play is the system where he'll potentially flourish. Again, has been at Reading, scored goals for them a little bit here and there at youth level. Not in the first season, didn't score at all. Worrying. And yeah, I think it's, again, pace of this division kills, speed kills. I'm happy to see how Scott Broome does. I'm excited to see. I'm not happy. Again, I don't know. It could be terrible. So let's get realistic for a minute. Darius Chamill is up next, and again, another player that has got just... the word for this window is balanced. It's a very balanced window where I've considered having players in this team that could do a few different jobs and at the same time, attribute-wise, incredibly well-rounded. There's some standout things for him here as well, like his jumping reach is very, very good. Again, aerially, could be a threat, 6 foot tall. Again, the jumping reach is the thing that matters. Fantastic stamina on him as well. Decent off the ball, great technique for this division, and Polish. So we've got Cabbage a friend, in a way. On loan from Reading. Yeah, again, I think he's going to be decent for us. Hopefully, he'll turn up. He played one game in League One last year and didn't do very well. So let's hope for better things. And system-wise then, have a formation in your mind. What do you think we're playing? Got it? Got it? Diamonds? Nearly. I knew. That's what I think you were thinking. This is what we've gone with then. Batch is going to sit as the ball-winning midfielder, sort of playing in that role, of course, but I want these midfielders to start a little wider. And going through it then, Canon will remain in goal for us this year. I think this is what I'm going to consider my best 11. Yeah, there's maybe a few changes here and there. Like Berting is currently in the pressing forward role. You could absolutely put Broome in there alongside Cabbage. It doesn't really matter. Again, we'll see early season how they're getting on. Canon, as mentioned then, stays in goal this season. I thought was decent last year. He's got a much better defence in front of him now. I think that's going to be key. Arnold, right back, really, really solid. Left back as well. Mckenzie, really, really solid. I'm just happy that we've got players across the board here that feel like footballers rather than just sort of placed in tacklers, right? And I think you can see from Andrews and Mcbride a really solid partnership there. You've got Holden on the right hand side who's got a bit more energy over on that side. I just think that's gonna work for us in a deep line playmaker role. Chamill on the left hand side. It's a bit frustrating we don't have a left footed player to do this, but I love his energy. I think that's what we're looking for, right? You're playing a Mazzala, you want him forward, you want him in those areas where he's going to hopefully help the attacking line out. So we're going to go with that. Batch, of course, the tackling, the teamwork in the centre of the pitch. That's what we're looking for, of course. And then Broome. Broome? Different Broome. Brown. Excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the Broome. Brown. Different names. Similar, though, isn't it, in spelling and sound. But a very well-rounded player. I don't know if he's got the pace. I don't know if he's got the physical attributes to be really effective in this attacking midfield role, but it's the mentals, it's the leadership, it's the aggression in that role, pressing from the front, helping out the two boys and getting them involved as much as physically possible. Of course, we've got some more creative players that we can bring in. The 15 teamwork I really like. The 12 passing at this level is very good. I'm excited to see how we get on. Of course, Cabbage up front. We know what he's all about. Speed, acceleration, finishing. Like that's what we're hoping from him again this season. Last year, 13 goals, not enough. Hopefully behind him now, though, is a much better platform. And that's important, right? Building a side that can create and score goals. We are not going to win the league this season. We might not get into the playoffs. But I'm telling you now, and I'll make a bold prediction, and don't hurt me. And of course, I should say as well, we've got some room to bring some more players in. Next episode, I will have brought some more players in. £726 a week right now on the wage budget. There's definitely potential for us to bring some more names in. Right now, nothing going on, but there's room to manoeuvre there if we wish to. Again, neck on the line, I think we will finish 12th or above. I think the defensive stability we've got going into this season, you look at whether the ability is in terms of star ratings, it's gone from these attacking areas and it's sat itself in the defensive areas. And the platform we've got with some of these players, I think the system's going to be important, gives us at least a chance. And I think that's what we need. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Brown does. I think Broome could be a menace at this level. Probably not as a pressing forward, but could be an absolute menace at this level. I'll be honest with you, I'm quite tired. We had a very stressful streamer showdown yesterday, but I promised you this video and I'm gonna upload it, god damn it. But I really do think we've got a lot of positivity in the team now. I think there's probably a few too many members in the squad, potentially, and a little bit of changing has to be done. Of course, Siddiqui still here, that's not had a mention, but again, I said it before, our squad right now feels incredibly balanced. I feel like I've got some good versatility. And not only that, I feel like the depth that we're developing here at Thames as well is pretty good. I know these star ratings don't necessarily make you jump off the page, right? There's no stars, but that there, lots of 3.5 star. Again, it's funny, isn't it? I'm sitting there going, don't listen to the star ratings. Look at the star ratings. But I think you're getting what I'm saying, really. I think when you consider some of the players with the lesser star ratings as players I actually think are going to be solid for me this year, the likes of Jack Mckenzie, right? That's why I've got reason to be quite pleased. And I'd be interested to see how they get on in this system and make your predictions then in the comment section. Where do you think we'll finish based on what you've seen so far? I'm going to play a couple of games into the season early on. We've got FC United Manchester, Darlington, Newport County, as well as sort some friendlies out. Someone's informed me you can play under 23 teams. So if that works, we're going to be kicking on gas. I'll see you for it then tomorrow, 5 o'clock, every single day this coming week. So make sure you subscribe for it. Like this video if you've enjoyed it. And if you want to come and check out the Streamer Showdown later, I'm beating Work the Space first. So that'd be fun. This could age badly. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Goodbye.